Okay, so I've got those cut out and inked, and I put a slightly larger border on these ones, so this paper is 4 1/4 by 5 5/16. And again, these were just part of one of the cutouts. Like here's, this matches this, but it wasn't part of the sheet. We used the other half. There's 4 photos like this. Or not photos, I guess you would call them, inserts. And it was exactly the same as this, just reversed. So the bunny was here, the lines were here, and we just cut that one out and made it into a little booklet. So now we will just glue these on. So is life starting to return to normal wherever you are? I envy New Zealand. That lady Prime Minister, wow, she's something else. That woman has got her stuff together. Yeah, I did a little bigger than I should have. And I didn't even cut them straight. Wow. I do need to contact Fiskars about that trimmer. I can line up lines on a board. That much I know I can do. Okay. Well, that one looks better. I have the, excuse me, layered lines. No, what are they called? Perfect layers. Don't even know where they are right now. For making my, if you put a photo on and then you're just cutting a mat separate, you just hold it up. It's got like a little lip on it. So if this were it, you would hold it on and then the lip would catch here and then you would trim and it would be perfect all the way around. But I'm not even sure where they are at this moment. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, so now we will put those in there. They're a little big, but they're fine. Now we will move on to page number 8. And for page number 8, very simple. We just have a belly band with an envelope. And, oh, it has one of the tickets in it. And again, I used, careful. Oh, good gracious. And again, I used the, oh, Julie, cupcake toppers with the Velcro closure. And one of the postcard fronts on the envelope. And this is part of the ephemera kit as well. So we will do that one. Pretty easy page. So for this one, all you need is your main base, mat, let's see. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a pink dragonfly. And your belly band with your accent color. Maybe I should have used, oh yeah, that's better. Yes, I think I'll just ink this side up quickly. I'll use that side. Not sure why I didn't see that. This side of the way and bring in my sheet of paper so I don't make a mess. And again, I'm using the Ranger Archival ink in sepia. I just love the tone of this one. It's so soft and warm. I like the warmth of it. like the little round pads as well. You can get into finer edges with them. I do find that they don't make them as sturdy as they used to. You don't get many uses anymore. So I use them until there's just nothing left. I figure the paper components of paper crafting is expensive as it is, especially here in Canada. And when your replaceable tools, stuff that you have to replace, don't last long, then you stretch them out as far as you can, because it just makes your crafting that much more expensive. Just gonna grab a quick sip here. Okay, so another very easy page, but still quite effective and pretty. And you can get quite a bit on it. You can still put a full-size photo on here if you like. You can get, what, 5x5 photos printed? You could put that on here. Then you could put your belly band, you can put this in, and then when you take it out, just make sure that there's nobody's face wherever you're going to put the belly band, if you choose to do that. I've been so desperate for the beaches to open here. It's my happy place, and with everything that's going on in the world, I just need to go to a beach and just walk, chill right out. I don't think this has an up or a down. They're just kind of all over the place. It's devastating what's happened in the States with George Floyd and the police. And of course, Canada is not immune to that. I don't think anywhere is immune to it, sadly. When you're putting this on, make sure that the taller of the scallop is at the top, or your lotus flower will be upside down. Again, make sure that you're not right on that line, or sorry, your score. And where there's my dauber. Back sheet. So we'll put a little bit of glue. Actually, I should have used, pardon me, a glue that doesn't dry as quickly. Because this one does dry fast. You might want to just tack this down with some washi tape. So I got some glue on the front. Luckily it does dry clear. I just find that that's a quick way to get glue all over an intricate design if you didn't cut it out on tacky paper, or whatever they call that. Here we are. So that was just that easy. And then for this guy, put it down here like this. And I'm only going to put some foam dots, or a foam dot, in the middle. Just going to put a bit of glue on this because it was not completely covered up. this is the one I took off of something because it didn't need it. I'm just going to line this up with the lotus flower, try and center it, making sure this isn't hanging off the edge. And that will dry quite quickly. And here we have an envelope. And I think I used tape the last time, so on this one, I'm just going to use some glue. Oopsie. And close it up. That's that. Now, just put that on the front of it. You can see where this paper cracks a little bit. This is the Staples paper, I believe. No, that's a different paper. This one is kind of a linen-y. Not linen. Oh, is it pumpkin skin they call it, or something like that? I must have just grabbed a sheet of white and run with it. And we will find a cupcake topper to finish the back of it with the closure. So we have a whole bunch of them here. Let's see. Watering cans. Wow. Why don't we use this one? I think for the other one, I'll get that glued on first. I think I took a probably not centered, but for me, it's centered. Yeah. I think what I'll do is I'll just put another one right over top of it, just like that. Or maybe with more of a white background, so that we're not going to see the Velcro as much. The Velcro will be at the bottom, so we need it at the top. Nope, that one's bigger. Should have left those out. A little birdie. Sure, we'll use the bird. Oh, birdie has a little shoe. Cute. Or is it a slipper? Oh, it's a slipper. It's probably Peter's. Just fits. And where did I put them? There they are. So I will put the transparent one at the top. Remember, don't let those come apart until after both sides are adhered, or you're going to have an issue. There we go. You could also put magnets, so you could put a magnet in between those two layers, and then your other magnet on the inside of the card. So there's that. And what did we have inside? Oh, we had another of the invitations inside. I'm going to tuck that right in here. There we go. And that's not going to fall out because we have our stopper there. So that's all there is to page 8. Now page 9 is the merry-go-round or roundabout, or I'm not even sure what I named it. Let's get rid of that plastic. Okay, so the first thing we're going to have to do is color our ribbon, because we need it to go behind our main base. So what I'm going to do is clean off my mat. Empty. Make sure this is still going. Yep. Okay. Now I'm going to grab some of the pink inks, and we'll find a pink, a nice soft pink. Okay, so this one, these are the Tim Holtz Mini Distress Inks. Ooh, that's the picked raspberry. I think that's going to be just a little bit harsh. Pass on that one. Victorian Velvet. It might be a little too soft. Oh, maybe not. So I have them all in the Tim Holtz boxes, and I number the kits, and then on the bottom of it I write the 6, so they end up staying with their groups. This is for my mental, my own mental thing. That's very pretty. That one is Spun Sugar. This is Warm Lipstick. No, that's got a bit of coral to it. And what do we have here? Festive Berries. Oh, no, you're red. Okay. And I have some Rubber Stampede. Give it a try. Oh, that's got orange in it. I am thinking Spun Sugar. Yes. Okay. So that is that one. This is this one. No, I do classes, and when I have family and friends and we do like 3D art projects, and if they're using my inks, I would get them back and they were such a mess that I couldn't figure them out, and I didn't know what was what. And so then I started doing them like this, and for the most part they're pretty good about it. I have read them the Riot Act, so which may not be all that friendly, but it serves the purpose. So I'm going to cut off, a couple feet, I guess. I'm going to get my ink on my mat. spritz. I'm going to take it and just rub it in. Excuse me. Should have put my gloves on. And we'll just repeat that process. Okay, and I'm going to crumple it up because I like that crinkly look. And this is really nice. It's Snug Hug, and it has a sheen to it as well. They have changed it, and it's almost like a waffle texture now, but I like it. And what I like to do when it's dry, if I feel that it doesn't have, or if the color is too uniform, like this looks pretty uniform, I will just take the ink pad and just dab it here and there, just to give it a little bit of contrast. So I'm going to leave this to dry, and then I will come back and we will do page 9. Okay, so I've got my ribbon all done. It's dry. So I guess the first thing we can do, well, first off, you're going to need another main base. Again, you want your taped side facing down. You have your, let's call it the roundabout page. It'll be the main base. Then you have 4 little flip pages and 8 mats and a center mat. This one will go right here in the center. You can skip this and just put a photo there. I like having the image from the book right there. Okay, so let's start with putting down our ribbon. So if you don't have a lot of ribbon, what you can do is take what you do have and cut it in half, and then you can start it part way across. Like you can just put it here, and then the same at this side. But I'm pretty sure I have enough, so I'm just going to put it right across the center. And I think the best way to do that is with a piece of tape, double-sided tape. Again, this is the Suquang, which is score tape, or score pal. Okay, take that off. And again, this is a very simple page. With your little pages, the flip pages, you do not want to put tape on them. You can, but I just find it easier if you use the liquid glue. Okay, so here we are. There's our center. Let's roughly find the center, and we know it won't be centered. At least not mine. And pull it out. Don't stretch it too far. Okay, so that's that part done. Now, let's put these guys in. And it's simple. You're just going to put it through like this. So that's how it's going to fit. So then you just open it up, put your glue on. You can put your score tape on and then peel it off. But I am just going to glue it. And with these, I inked both sides. And Miss Lily is here to join us. Hi. Did you finish your peanut butter? Yeah, did you finish your Kong? Yeah, she just had a Kong full of peanut butter. favorite treat. And she does the most peculiar thing. I don't know if all dogs do this when they get something sticky on their tongue, but she uses her paw or her arm. She licks it to pull all of the peanut butter off her tongue, so then her fur is covered with peanut butter. And this is a little different than a waterfall in that they're not going to be layered directly on top of each other in a row. So, excuse me, if they aren't completely perfectly even, it's not going to be noticed. This is just a fun take on what is taking over in Canadian cities, and that's the roundabout, which is a British or European thing. Seems everywhere we go now we have them. And sometimes they're a blessing. Sometimes they do keep the traffic moving, but when you get people, whoops, who don't really know how to use them or are afraid to enter them, it can really tie up the traffic. So when they work well. I find that the 2-lane ones can be a little bit tricky, especially with people who don't watch the signs to see what lane you should be in. And they're the ones that usually cause the accidents. But when we were in London, England, we were on, I think it was Piccadilly Square, and it's this way. It was just crazy. I think there was 7 lanes or something like that. Just, I could not imagine driving through that. Absolutely terrifying. And of course, everything over there is backwards, so that made it even scarier. And we were in a taxi, and of course the cab driver knew we were tourists and decided to play with us a little bit. And he was up on sidewalks and just a little scary. Okay, so you saw me just tape this down. That is just some here. Yeah, you know, washi tape, just to hold it down while I turn it over and put the glue on. And this only goes one way, I believe. Yeah. So again, I made sure that my paper was running up and down because it is somewhat directional. Doesn't matter how you put your glue on here, just get it on. You can even take and cover this with your score tape. Okay. There we are. It is literally that simple. I don't know why I did that one. I have a whole bunch of it over here. So now all that's left to do is put on our mats. We can start with this one. Oh, that's so cute. Now something that I did with this one is I put tiny little corners, metal corners on this mat. So I think I will do the same. I'm just looking to see how I did. Okay, so yeah, it's 2 on one side, 2 on the other, and then it'll be the reverse. Nope, it's the same. That's the way I did it. What am I doing? Okay, that. and that. That's how I like it folded. How you put them on, as far as your decorative pieces, that's entirely up to you. So what I'm going to do is get my little corners. Oops, those are bigger ones. Little baby ones. And these I got from AliExpress. If I still have the order information, I will link where I got them from. They did take quite a while to come. I had given up on actually getting them. My dog is looking at me like I'm absolutely crazy, talking to myself. Am I talking to myself, Lily? I don't think these have a front or a back. So just slip it on. Oops. And give it a crimp, just like that. That one could use a bit more. There we go. Don't know why I'm shaking. My blood sugar must be down. I had started the Bernstein diet just before all of the quarantine hit, and I did really well. I'd been in 5 days and was down about 9.5 pounds. And then the clinic was shut down, so I was trying to stay on program, but without getting the vitamin injections, there's just no way I could continue on it. So I'm desperately waiting for them to reopen so that I can get back on track. So I'm trying not to overindulge. It's hard. It's ice cream season, and we do love Dairy Queen. If you don't know the program, your food allowance is not huge, but if you eat all the vegetables you're supposed to eat, then you will not be hungry. But I just find it's a lot of vegetables, and you're essentially getting 2 meals a day because you get 2 fruit, 2 vegetables, 2 carbs, and 2 proteins. And you have to spread that out over your whole day. Plus every day you get Jell-O. No sugar added Jell-O. Okay, so that is that. So I'll lay this side out. These have a rather tight fit. Anytime you are scoring and folding, your fit can be small, but I think it works fine here because you've got this space here. Okay. So you can get a lot of photos on here. You can get, if you're going to cover the center, you can get 9 photos. Oh, that's too much glue. Oh, you stay there. Maybe I should have put tape behind those. Must not have cinched them quite tight enough. I will say, even just the 5 days that I was doing the Dr. Bernstein, because you do get an injection every day, Monday to Friday, vitamins, it's definitely helping me to get over my fear of needles. So it's dual purpose. Yeah, you messed that one up, Julie. No, that's not moving. And when I went out, or when I turned off the camera, or rather my phone, I thought I would go and have my lunch, and which was just celery and a protein bar. But I took my ribbon with me and just sat it on the table out there, and it was dry in no time. I think our deck is 27 Celsius at the moment, so it's pretty warm, but it's not too bad in the shade. And neither of these papers are really directional, which I would recommend for this particular page. You would have to do a lot of planning to get them if you're using directional paper, because these would have to be this way, which I guess you could make sure it is. Make sure that I didn't get that right on that. There we go. Oh, silly. So this is going to be a little thick, but it will be folded down. So, okay, I'm just going to do them the way I would if I were folding it. Now this one here, you're going to probably really notice, yeah, the difference in the paper. Whoops, sorry, my head, it's pretty much right at the fold. So you can just take a smidge off there if you like. Personally, it doesn't bother me at all. Just absolutely adore this particular print. Haven't printed all of these out yet to put in my binders. Lately I've been printing off, like I have thousands and thousands of different printable papers, and I realized I wasn't using them because I can't see them. So I started, I'm going to glue that. What I've started doing is printing them. And I didn't think about it before I started it, and oh, did I go through paper, because I was printing full pages, or not just paper, ink. Paper, that's really cheap, but the ink, oh. So now what I started doing is putting 9 images on one page, and instantly made a huge difference and saved so many page protectors. And I'm still using the same amount of paper because most of the collections that I have, there's 10 pieces, so you can get 9 on a page. So then you're having to use a page to print one anyway. And I was putting it in its own page protector, and then I realized, no, that's just wasteful. So then I cut the 10th one out, and I just overlaid it on one of the front ones, or 4 of the front ones there. That's better. Let's get those glued down. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here's where I was printing whole page. I've done an album using this paper, and then I went to 2, and then I thought 4, and then I got smart. And so, and I wrote on it Iris Damask, and it comes in maybe 10 different colors, so I only printed the one page because otherwise it would just be way too much. And so there's the 10th one that I just cut out and put it, and these are big enough that you can actually see the design. So if you have digital paper, it's a way to keep track of what you have, and that's 2.5 by 3.25. So yeah, and I was shocked at all the stuff I had, just how beautiful the paper is once it's like, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, just love it. Romantic Letters. I can't remember, I got it on Etsy. I can't remember who the seller is. I should look that up, but oh, just gorgeous papers and just quirky stuff. And all the clip art that came with this one kit as well. So, and I could scan that into my Brother Scan and Cut and then have it cut these out, which is nice. But anyway, that's just something I've been working on, trying to organize a little bit. And look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, so pretty. There's this one company, Graceful Graphics, I think it's called, and last year, I think it was last year, they had their entire store on for, I think it was $20 US, and there was like over 3,000 different designs. This one here is from AMB Illustrations, which she's a lady in Montreal, and I really like her stuff. And you get more, there's 9 and 7, so you get 16 papers in her kit. So yeah, just lots of fun, cool stuff. So that's just another way to use up or to display all of your digital papers. Even if you're working on a project and you need just a basic blue that you can work into something. Okay, I just did one of those. Do I have an extra one of those? I must have. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's where it was. Okay. Yeah, I frequently find that with when you buy the paper collections, the plainer paper, when you only get 2 in it, but if you're doing a mini album or whatever, chances are you're going to want more of the simpler prints. So with that, I just flip through my binders until I find a similar color and something that is quite plain that I can just use in with it. Okay, up to this one. That's this one. But, oh, I'm always finding something to fill my time. There's never an overabundance of time. And then with this weather, anytime I can just be out sitting on the deck, I'm going to take it. There's no fear that somebody's going to show up on my door and come in and do my housework, so it'll be there when I decide to do it. One. And I personally don't think this particular page needs any kind of decoration. You're going to have the bow on the front, but again, that's totally up to you. Just remember that you need the space. Why are you doing it this way, Julie? Or just keep mindful of the space that you have. Keep mindful, stay mindful. Oh, where's my glue eraser? Oh dear, I'll have to just remember to come back and use it on there. Okay, so now here's our spine. Whoops. And again, fold it however you like. You can do it like that. I still prefer this way, and you're seeing all the different colors. And I could have put this on a little bit lower, but it's going to be fine. You can use magnets for this if you prefer, if you didn't want to do the ribbon. I just like the ribbon for that bit of decoration. There we go. Now I'm just going to grab my fabric shears and trim off these ends. And there we are. Just as simple as that. Oh, good, they're starting to stick. And you can see the color variation in here, and then you can see where it's darker, just those couple places that I dabbed it. So that is number 9. So let's move on to page 10. Make sure that hasn't turned off. No, we're still recording. Okay, so page 10 and 11 are pretty much the same. You're going to flip them both open. They have small pockets here and then a bunch of ephemera in the pockets. So lots of room for photos. So you're going to start with, we've got our page here. So yeah, so separate this. You don't have to do them to match the way I did. You can do it however you like. Those out of the way. There's these two. Oh, I didn't mark those. Oh, goodness. So I'm only going to do one with you because it's page 2. Maybe that was supposed to go in page 2. I don't know. I'll just leave it and see. Okay, so I'll just do the one with you because the other side is exactly the same. Well, looks like I got me some chocolate here. And you know what? I don't think I have any of these pages, or do I? I think this is page 12 over here. Okay, what did I have? Oh, yes. So I need 2 inside pages. Because this is a pocket and then the mat. Okay. And something I did with this one, because there's some bulk in this, I wanted to give it some space. So you can see here, hope you can see there, I put a 1/8 of an inch score line. So that's allowing this page to stand up and just wrap right around that bulk. So what I think I'm going to have to do, well, I can cut those out later and just add them. Putting it together is super easy. That's still that chocolate. Actually, no, I think that's got off of my paper that I use for inking. Little bit of glue. I'm going to fold it. Make sure we're all right side up. And we're going to put it right on that edge because it's that free edge, it's not a score line. You can go right up to the edge, just don't go over it. Well done me. Wow. Sorry, I so rarely get it that good. I just have to celebrate it. So all that we do here is add this. Now, let's see. I did not. Okay, these ones we do have to trim because we took away that 1/4 of an inch. See, this would have been the score line. Then I added that, not 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. Did I even? No, I went ahead and did it on this one too. I will grab a scrap of paper and I will just show you what you do with that. It's pretty easy. Okay, turn that over. We'll just score it kind of in the middle. So if you were, there's your score line, and then you're going to go directly into the one beside it. That gives you 1/8. Am I in screen? We'll do that again. So say that's your 1/2 inch, and then you're going to go right beside that, and that gives you your 1/8. And then you will just fold them back and forth both ways because both pages will be opened. Anyway, that gives you your nice little buffet space for when you're going to have a thick page. So you can do that to any of the pages, but you will just have to remember you're going to have to trim down your mat. So I think that was with the other one. Let's just see here. Okay, that fits that way. So I am just going to take and mark it right around there. Yeah. And then cut it. With my imperfect cutter. I just hope these lines are proper. I'd like to blame very rarely getting it straight on the cutter, but it could be operator error as well. There we go. So there's that little 1/8 of an inch gone. Might as well do this one while I'm here. Level, and off it comes. There we go. Now we'll just ink up those edges. So you'll just have to remember anytime you modify these SVGs, which you can do if you wanted to 75% instead of 100%, or even right down to 50%, and just do a tiny mini one, or depending on how big your cutting mat is, you can make it bigger. Okay, that way. I love this paper. This paper is intended to go on the back side of some of the tags, which oh, here's the tag here, this one here. So you print on one side of the paper and then you print on the other. So you have a nice finished tag. All right, let's get this down. Start with our little dots. Come on. It's either too much or nothing. Oopsie. So again, on this page, you could probably get another 5 by 5, maybe not quite 5 by 5, definitely a 4 by 6. Sometimes it works to your benefit to use a little bit of extra glue because it gives you that wiggle room. Or just use your, this one is a repositionable glue stick, so that makes it easier to move it. And I did not get that perfect, but chances are that one should have been on the other one. So I don't have this. But next it is this guy. Again, I'm just going to take and cut this off. Okay, and we'll put it on just the same way we were doing all the other pockets. It's pretty stiff. And again, you can use liquid glue, tape, whatever you prefer. Combination of both. Now I have heard that some of the tapes don't work well if you put glue over it, which is why, actually I think I will right here, put a little bit of glue so that that end doesn't stick up. When trying to put in your inserts. So I'm going to keep it away from, oh, and I forgot to put my tape on. I think I did okay, or not my tape. Drove the dog out. Didn't get it right. Oh well, I forgot to put my glue stick. I was too busy talking about glue. Oh, will I be able to get that off? I haven't pushed it. Don't want to get a heat on it. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's still a little bit short. Oh yeah, you can see where I did a really bad job there with my scoring. But it is what it is. So for this page, you have the small page mat, and then I think this is the large pocket mat right there. That's not large page, that's large, small pocket mat, and this is large pocket mat, I believe. Yeah, it's the same size, so it will be a pocket, or a, yeah, well of course it would be the same size of mat, it's 6 by 6. Oh, maybe I got a little bit too much heat out there today. And this one is directional, so I made sure that my flowers were upright. I think this was one of the mats that I had to correct. There's my cheat sheet. Small pocket mat. this one again, I decided to do it directional this way. And a lot of these are just cut out of scraps, a lot of my mats. Oh, that's probably why I had to print that paper. I have to print two pieces. Again, you can change the size of this mat if you want. It is a little bit smaller. Hello, love. What's up? Do you need to go outside? Do you have to pee? Can you wait just a minute? Hey, can you wait a minute? So I have to cut that out. Oh, she needs some attention, so I will come back and we will cut out the little mouse and we will do some tags, and I will have the insides all printed out so we can put those in, and I will have the other side done, so because it is the exact same thing, just reversed as far as pocket. And guess what I did? I put the pocket on the wrong side. Would you look at that? See, things just went too smoothly today. So, that's okay. That's okay. We can still put the bunny there. We'll just have to make sure with the other one that we put it on the other side. Yeah, it'll be here. No, I don't like that. It'll be right here. So that means it would be here. So it'll be like that instead. Which, no big deal. No big deal. Okay. So I will get ready what's needed. I will look after the dog. And I will be back.